Congratulations, you're about to become a real estate agent, and in this video, we want to talk to you about the steps and things you can do before becoming a real estate agent. The first thing that you can do is get your headshots done and hire a professional photographer to make sure that you have all your photos ready to go, so when you're licensed, you're ready to use those photos and put them out there.
Number two, before you get your license, you can also start talking to different local brokerage or even study their business model and kind of figure out what kind of support you can actually get from different brokerage, because from there you will be able to know what kind of training that you can get from these people and how much money, how much support that you can actually make through these companies.
That part's super important, guys. Interview a lot of brokerages, talk to the that you're interested in your local area, figure out what the commission splits are, the support, all that stuff. It's really important. Now the next step is getting started on your social media. This is really important. You want to let people know that you're about to become a real estate agent. Start getting interest built right away. Put some photos out, start putting out some real estate blogs, things like that. You don't need to be a real estate agent to put out blogs and put out some market information and stuff like that. Start showing people what you're doing, get them asking questions. So make sure you start your social media presence early.
And also try to initiate different type of conversation about real estate with the people that you know. So that can be buying a property, buying an investment property, right? A lot of people really want to know about the real estate market updates, right? Talk about that. You don't actually need to be a licensed agent to really talk about that, but you can always initiate that kind of conversation so that by the time you're licensed, you already know who that you should be targeting to.
Identify your focus. This is really important, okay? You want to identify who your target is. What type of real estate agent are you going to be? Are you going to be selling and dealing with investors, first-time home buyers, families? It's a lot easier for you to build a business off of starting with like a niche, I should say, and sticking to that so that you know where to navigate and build your audience and who you're gonna speak to. Especially if you're writing blogs, you wanna keep speaking to those people. Now, also, another really important thing that a lot of real estate agents don't do when you're talking about identifying your focus is how much money do you want to make and how you're going to do that. So year one as a real estate agent, you wanna think to yourself, how much money do I wanna make this year? How many deals do I wanna close? And most importantly, how are you gonna do that? So identify all of those focuses so that you can put together an action plan and make this happen.
And the next one would be finding the right mentor. You don't want to be doing the whole thing all by yourself. Having a mentor is extremely important because it really guides you to the next step, right? When we first become a real estate agent, we have no idea where to go, right? It's super important to actually be talking to someone who's just a little or a lot ahead of us so that we know exactly what kind of skill set that we actually need to develop over the next maybe 3 to 6 months. And then along the way, find the next mentor, or if the mentor is good enough, continue staying with the team.
That's really important, guys. Find the mentor, read books, educational stuff, watch some YouTube videos of maybe some agents that inspire you. Do all that stuff, it helps a lot.
Now the next one is, and a lot of people underestimate the power of script, right? Script is more like a framework where you can really figure out how to guide through any conversation when you're talking to any potential clients. Right? Some people are saying, no, let me just kind of like get into the conversation, let that flow. Take a moment, think about sports. Let's use basketball as an example. There's a lot of fundamental skill set that you can learn. The layup, the shooting or whatever. And then once you figure out all the fundamental, your foundation, then you can kind of build on top of that, be a little bit more creative. This is the same thing with script, right? You have a framework that you can kind of play with. That's your fundamental. Once you know exactly how to respond to different type of situation, then you can add a bit of humor in there, a bit of jokes in there. How do you break the ice with the new clients, right? There are a lot of things that you can kind of put your personality in there, but everything is still based on the fundamental, which is your scripts here.
And when you're writing scripts, guys, it's really important to understand what type of scripts you're writing, okay? There's buyers, there's sellers, there's investors. Now, we do this a lot still. We do a lot of role play stuff. We're calling listing agents, calling sellers, doing all that. We identify the problem, and then we talk about the solution, and we write a script around that we can present when we're calling that client or calling the listing agent, whoever it is. So it's good for you guys before you write scripts, write down problems that people are having as a buyer, as a seller, all that stuff, right? So for example, why should we use you as a real estate agent? How would you respond? Write a script, because I promise that's gonna be a very common question that you get asked a lot.
The last one, which is a very important point, is figure out how to get involved into anything that's real estate related. You want to start touching real estate field. It could be, maybe you might just be talking to a stager, right? When you're selling a home, you need to figure out how to package your products, right? Staging, there's a lot of knowledge in there. Maybe figure out how to talk to the contractor, the renovation, or even builder. Again, this all goes back to your focus of who you actually want to be, being a real estate agent, right? And from there, talk to the vendors, the people around it, so that you can get more and more knowledge before you're even licensed, so that you're prepared.
That's a really, really good point, right? Getting involved in all things real estate, right? You can look in your local area, see what open houses are going on, show up, pay attention to how the listing agent greets you, steal little things. That's really important stuff. You're looking, you can even ask them, do you need a hand with anything? Can I help you with your open house? Call that agent, see if they need anything, like maybe dropping off flyers at houses, knocking on doors, doing those things. Get involved, get some early experience, help get you started, so when you become a real estate agent, you're ready to go and fire off on all cylinders. So good luck in your studies, guys. Be proud of yourself. It's definitely an awesome journey that you're going to embark on. And if you have any questions, comment below. We'll be happy to help. If you have any questions about EXP, which is the brokerage that and I are with, we'd be happy with all the questions. Don't forget, guys, like this video and subscribe. We'll see you agents next time.